good afternoon, everyone. I would like to welcome our special guest, Dr. Abdul Wadood Siddiqui sir, in our Thoughtful Leader program. So, welcome you, sir, on our platform, collegedunia.com. And it's a
Thanks,
very
thanks,
immense
thanks.
pleasure to have with you. And so, I would like to
Same.
introduce yourself. Dr. Wadood sir is currently working in Rama University as a dean for pharmaceutical science, and he has done his all the education from the prestigious JAMA University in New Delhi, and he has completed his B Pharma, M Pharma, and PhD over from there. So, sir, I would like to ask you a few questions regarding Thoughtful Leader program, and we will like to have your opinion. What are your opinions to the students about Rama University and how they can
Sure,
pursue their career from Rama University? So, sir, over
sure.
to you.
Well, thanks for inviting me, Abhijit, and greetings everyone to those who are watching this. I am Dr. Abdul Wadood Siddiqui, and I am serving as Dean, Faculty of Pharmaceutical Sciences, and also Dean, Research and Development at the university. As Abhijit already mentioned, I acquired my education from Jamia Hamdard, and I have till now conducted my research in molecular modeling, phytochemistry, preclinical research trials. And along with academics, I have gained experience for accreditations, and I have been coordinating accreditation for some two colleges earlier, and I was also the NAC coordinator for one university. Till now, I have had 13 international and 18 national papers, two pharmacy competitive exam books. I have supervised three PhD degree candidates and seven MPharm candidates. So that was about me. I would now request Abhijit to continue with our question answer session.
So, thank you so much for your introduction. And my first question to you, sir, that you have held the key positions in Education Institute throughout your education career and your professional career. So, what are the key factors that keep you connected with the education sector?
Key factors that keep me connected with the education sector. See, the young people are a set of population which is full of energy and enthusiasm. They offer a fresh perspective to things. They have amazing ideas and they are ready to explore and innovate. They are full of idealism and they have the courage to take on the world and change it. It's a very powerful crowd. Education sector offers a chance to get connected with these powerful, energetic, world-changing people. Their zeal and enthusiasm is infectious, and perhaps that's what keeps me also energetic. Another reason which has evolved over years is a sense of responsibility. Responsibility towards these energetic, innovative people who are perhaps at the most critical juncture of their lives, kind of make or break stage. And I feel responsible to guide them, show them how to decide what's best for them and what they should do to become a better person. So these two things, the energy and the responsibility, they keep me connected to the education sector.
Sir, so my second question is over to you. So that being the dean of Rama University, and what is your philosophy of leadership? Like, how would you describe your leadership style to our viewers?
Leadership means different things to different people and different things in different situations. A leader's job is to set direction, offer an inspiring vision, and build quality. Leaders help themselves and others to do the right thing. So we are a young faculty with a young team who are ready to learn and put in the hard work. My focus right now is to map out where we need to go to excel as a team and organization. As a leader, I'm trying to help my team and students to envision Rama as a top destination for education and research in pharmaceutical sciences. We are setting up a strong and rigorous academic and administrative processes with quality as our benchmark. For that, I adopt a you can say collaborative approach where every team member has a say based on their experience, but the onus is on me for ensuring that the processes and their progress are right on track. The bouquets go to the team, and for the big bat, if there are any, I'm always there.
Okay. So, sir, it's an amazing answer. We would like our leadership from you. So, my next question is to you. What do you see as a Rama University greatest strength? Because there are a lot many competition in the market. Students are very difficult to find a right college for their career. So, I would like to know more about from yourself that what are the greatest strengths for Rama University?
Strength. See, the biggest strength, without doubt, is the university's promoters' vision. They are clear that they want Rama to evolve as a world-class university, serving the student community and helping them achieve their career goals, as well as do its part in nation building. So, a management committed to quality is definitely the biggest strength. And to show that they actually mean it, they have put their money where their mouth is. They have assembled a team of faculty and researchers from all across the best institutes of this academic team at the university. This is our core strength, and the learning that they deliver in lecture theaters and laboratories and workshops is top notch. And our student community,
Yeah.
they are another pillar of strength. It's so delightful to watch thousands of young minds eager to learn, with a passion to innovate, buzzing around the campus. They keep us on our toes. Then our industry connect. Yeah. Rama has a large roster of resources from industry, government organizations, and regulatory bodies. The people placed at very high positions with vast experience behind them. They offer our students a peek into the world for which they are preparing here. So assistance in placements, securing internships, on the job trainings at the best organizations with the best leaders. This has become possible thanks to the strong and deep rooted ties that we have with the leaders of each profession that we deliver here at Rama. This is thanks to our training and placement team on the campus.
Yeah.
These are the biggest strengths for our university, in my opinion.
Okay. Sir, so like how does the curriculum of Rama University courses are the best practices in industry? Because students have to go to the industry and work over there. They have pursuing their career in the industry. So how would Rama University helping them out to gain the more experience in real time basis what our industry is actually working for? So I would like to know about.
I just mentioned that we have a very strong industry connect. Now coming to the curriculum part, the
Yeah.
curriculum development process itself is designed in a way that we receive inputs from the industry experts as part of the process. So the boards of study of all the faculties, we have industry experts as part of that board. The curriculum for each program is reviewed every year, and suggestions and inputs received from industry experts on the board are compulsory component of this whole process. The experts themselves are the leaders of their profession, so their inputs inform us of the latest in industrial processes, industrial practices. And we target a minimum of at least 20% syllabus be upgraded in every review by removing the old and incorporating the new. So this new comes from our industry experts. That's how we keep our curriculum in sync with the industry requirements.
So, what do you think your roles and responsibility to the university and to the students? How you make them available to the students who really want you in their toughest time, like in their examination or in their SIP process or in their placement time? How you make them available and get them insights that you would like to pursue how they are made to career. So, I would like to know about it.
You asked me two things. First is the responsibility
Yeah,
towards the university and responsibility towards the students.
students. Yeah.
So, towards the university, my first and foremost responsibility is to align myself with the vision of the university. All my actions should be geared towards realization of our university's vision. This means that I have to ensure that not just pharmaceutical sciences program is doing great, but I need to contribute in the cumulative processes of the university. Being in academic leadership position, I have to take up responsibilities outside my immediate domain and deliver there also. So I should put in my efforts towards making the university as overall better than it already is in all spheres, whether it is uh, research, academics, administrative processes, outreach activities, students' development. I'm expected to contribute at all the places. That's the responsibility towards the university. Now, coming to the students, as I mentioned, they enter here at a very critical stage of their life. This is a make or break stage. One step just short of their career. This is the last place where they receive formal education, formal instructions, formal counseling. So for the students, I see myself as a facilitator who ensures that they have access to every possible learning resource that we have in an equitable manner. Everyone should have equal access. And this access should be for optimum knowledge delivery. They should get the maximum benefit out of it. So whether it is the smooth conduct of classes, whether it is the availability of physical or digital resources in our library, the laboratory workstations, everything should be available and ready to go. Then we coordinate with the different departments like academic section, the training and placement section, the students welfare section, to ensure that any student who enters Rama University has a very good experience, trouble-free, who actually gains maximum out of the time spent here at the campus towards a gainful career. And lastly, I see myself as their mentor to help them see beyond just a degree or a diploma, to see the larger picture of life, and to ensure that once they are through their journey in Rama, they are equipped for the bigger journey called life.
Sir, so my last question is to any suggestions you would like to give to the current youth and the aspiring students in Rama University?
Actually, whatever I have to say regarding this thing is nothing new. This thing has been said for years, centuries rather, that there is no shortcut to success. It's very good to have big dreams, but to make those big dreams a reality, you have to work. As I said, there's nothing new in what I'm saying. Today's world is highly competitive and it is evolving at a very rapid pace. The technology which is coming out is amazing. And if our students or even our faculty, we do not step up, we do not accelerate our rate of learning, then we will be left behind. There are many universities which are not committed to, it's a bad thing, which are not committed to upgrade themselves. So when their students graduate, by the time they enter the job market, the knowledge that they have is obsolete. So I'll suggest all the students to keep learning, develop a habit of reading, try to associate with smart people who are smarter than you, from whom you can learn. Be humble in whatever you do and whatever success you achieve. If you follow these things, I'm sure success will not be very far away.
Sir, my next question is, what are the some of the biggest challenges which you see both for higher education and in general for the Rama University especially?
Um, Challenges for higher education. See, higher education in India, the biggest challenge I think is the gross enrollment ratio, which has been a topic of discussion in the recent past. It is quite low in our country, considering the demand of qualified professionals from our industries. Mm, I think 2018-19, our gross enrollment ratio (GER) was 25%, 26%, if I'm not wrong. The figures for 2019, 1920 are still not available. So GER or gross enrollment ratio should be at least 50% in a country to be considered as an indicator for universalization of education. Now, this has not happened in our country. Then we have a rigid compartmentalization of different streams like arts, commerce, science. This is on paper as well as in our minds. So this whole system, this whole education system is in tune with this compartmentalization. There is not much room for or acceptance for interdisciplinary studies. That's one challenge. Then there is an indicator called equity. This is again lacking in our social environment. There are serious imbalances, I would say, in the access to education among different strata of our society. There's a lot of inequality. And the lockdown that we are going through right now, this has also brought to attention the digital divide that exists between the urban and the rural sectors. This National Education Policy 2020, it has taken into consideration and much more into consideration. It looks very progressive and inclusive, but I'll wait to see how it gets implemented on the ground. And apart from these social factors, the biggest challenge for higher education in general is that we discussed this just now in context with the curriculum, that the industry and academics are never in sync. And now this gap is increasing at a much faster rate, thanks to the ever increasing role of data analytics, machine learning, product design, the technological advances in the industry, and based on that, the industrial and professional practices, the regulatory infrastructure, all these things are evolving at such a rate that it becomes very difficult for any institute of higher education to keep pace with them. Now, institutes and universities which are not committed to reducing this gap, they see that their students become obsolete by the time they complete their education and by the time they take their first step towards their career. Rama faces the same challenges as others, but we take every challenge as an opportunity. So we run massive awareness campaigns in the society. We are a part of Unnat Bharat Abhiyan from the Ministry of HRD, and we interact with prospective learners and their parents and encourage them to enroll for higher education. Then we offer a choice-based credit system in all the non-regulated programs on our campus. So our students have an opportunity to choose courses across streams and acquire a more wholesome education. Then, as I mentioned, that inputs from the industry experts who are on our boards of study, they ensure that technical upgradation takes place of our curriculum. Then the management commits itself towards upgradation of the infrastructure and learning resources. So that's how we try to match the expectations of the industry in terms of professionals who are graduating from Rama University. It's a continuous process, and we are committed to keep evolving with changing social and technical dynamics.
So my next question is, what is the importance of portal like collegedunia.com for the higher education in today's time and to helping out students in today's time for searching their career colleges?
Portals like collegedunia.com, they are catering to an important need. Because today we have a plethora of institutes, universities, and other higher education institutes. Some are good, some are very good, some are not so good. College Dunia provides updated and authentic information about all such institutes, both in India and abroad, as I've seen. And they help do a comparative analysis for different institutes. They have an interactive response team, updates about various national and entrance exams. With all these details available at just a click on the mobile or laptop to a student who is about to take admission to any higher education program. So this information is available at his fingertips. That's very important. So, all in all, I think College Dunia is a one-point destination for any student looking up for any institute, for any program that he or she wants to pursue. And the information available at this portal, collegedunia.com, helps these students make an informed decision so that they can have a successful career.
Sir, thank you so much for your time and your views
My
about to and gain students more knowledge about Rama University as well as how they are pursuing their career in the industry. So thank you so much, Dr. Vadut sir, to giving us your time and to helping out these students. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.